This game is intended to be a unique yet familiar experience of a written RPG. With simple mechanics of choosing options and reading texts, narrations and dialogues, you will discover a desolate and mysterious land, full of dangers, for the most unsuspecting, and treasures, for those who finally dominate the game. A blue and brown palette with sans serif letters, or pixelated, you can choose, welcome you right away, with a very cozy soundtrack that perfectly molds the mood and earthy, muddy and medieval tone of the RPG. Who are you? What is your name? What do you do? You play the role of the Roadwarden, a sort of handyman of a kingdom, a lone hero whose mission is to balance order and chaos to his will, making friends and enemies, selling his image as he wishes to every person he meets, and fixing every problem that comes your way, always with caution. With inventory mechanics, diary, use of objects, as well as information about characters and monsters, we have here a tabletop RPG perfect for those who don't have anyone to play with and miss facing enemies using sword and magic, or who would like to venture out for the first time in this world. Simple and straightforward, it's up to you to guide your adventure wisely and smartly. The game, despite having selectable routes, remains very open. You hardly know what is happening around you, nobody seems to be trustworthy, except your animal mount, and every decision can be extremely decisive and even lethal. There's no turning back, so let yourself read and think about what to do next and avoid a catastrophe for yourself. As a game, Roadwarden is not for everyone. Its pace is slow and far outside the box of what we currently see from other hyper-realistic adventure games with powers, RTX turned on in a GOTY winning campaign. This is not a new adventure for fans of medieval fantasy, but extremely exciting. I consider that even with the illustrations that can be found in the game, the basis of it being the pure and long texts gives us room to imagine who we are, what we do there, and what treacherous paths await us after each choice. Feelings during the game are mixed. The joy of having chosen to sneak into a village and not lose life, and the huge frustration of acting coldly with a kind character who could be your friend, but who now treats you with the same harshness, because you were afraid to act badly. The weight of your decisions is what will make the gameplay frighteningly interesting. With more than 10 hours of content, which varies according to your reading pace, Roadwarden is a common and still new adventure, like that warm bread that has just come out of the bakery. It's the same bread you use every day, but it has a heat that makes the butter melt and that will fill your mouth with saliva. The game is available on Steam and GOG for purchase and download at a price that may be questionable by players less used to different games. But the experience and the amount of content make this warm bread worth it. Final rating: 9.5 review published on the Revolution Arena website.